Network, everybody, live on YouTube, live from American Heartland Ice Arena. It is time for the final game of the SHL regular season for both these teams as the Titans and Ramblers rematch from last night, this time at Loyola's barn. My name is Dylan Ward. I am alongside Max Anderson this evening, SHL Network's very own, hopping in for some color. Gerard Boris, our technical engineer as always, and Brad Cesario, our chief scoreboard operator in charge of the top left corner of your screen. This is the Wintrust South Hockey Network. We thank Glenview Bank and Trust as always for being our presenting sponsor here on the South Hockey Network. And, well, Max, good to have you here with the GBS hockey broadcast, and we've got a classic rivalry matchup here to close out the regular season.
Yeah, Dylan, I appreciate you inviting me on, and of course, coming down to the wire here towards playoffs, you opened up the opportunity. I said, hey, I'd love to see these two teams one more time before we get to playoffs. Of course, the SHL Network will be all over playoff hockey. In fact, these two teams may end up playing each other in those playoffs. I'm sure that's something we'll talk about as we move along.
Yeah, and already back-to-back games to close out this regular season. So if they play two, maybe even three more, that would be a lot of get-togethers in a short period of time as the teams meet by their nets. We saw JP Rakana get the start last night against Loyola. He's been given the green light to go again for Jim Philbin. He made 24 saves on 27 Rambler shots last night. Not in the lineup for the Titans here on this regular season finale. Ben Stevens and Frank Surma. And, you know, Max, we were looking at the standings. If GBS wins this game outright, they will clinch the number 5 seed in the SHL playoffs, as they are currently tied with St. Viator. Both teams with one game remaining. St. Viator gets going just about an hour after this one. So we know GBS will play either Loyola or St. Ignatius in the first round, but we don't know who we will by the end of the night. Yeah,
a lot of different scenarios can play out, and obviously seeding impact. We've talked about the fact that these two teams playing each other back-to-back nights, should they see themselves in a first-round matchup, they can end up playing each other 5 games in a row. I'm not sure that's ever happened in high school hockey, so that would certainly be an interesting look. We've got to finish off the regular season first.
Yeah, it was a little weird for the teams to skate off the ice last night and not shake hands in the month of February, but it was not the conclusion of the regular series. This game is, and you know what? We heard that JP Rakana was going to start, but it looks like last-minute decision. Thomas Preston is in net for the Titans, so the freshman will get the nod here. 14-8-5 on the season in SHL play, .254 goals allowed average, .906 save percentage. On the other end, it is his counterpart 1 year older than him, the sophomore Charlie Trapp, 11-3-1 on the season, .195 goals allowed average, .933 save percentage. How about 3 shutouts for Charlie Trapp on the season? As the teams meet at center ice for the faceoff, we are underway here in the first period. GBS in white going from right to left on your screen. Loyola in maroon going from right to left. Here's Blazejowski, now Donato scores! A quick goal for Loyola, only 20 seconds into the game, and it's 1-0.
Yeah, just found some space in the slot and took the one-time wrist shot and just beats Preston top right shelf. You're going to see the pass coming up from below the goal line, and an early lead just 17 seconds in.
Anthony Donato, only his 3rd SHL goal of the season, 9th point for the Ramblers, and on their 2nd shot on goal here at Heartland, they have the lead. GBS scored first in yesterday's game. The Titans actually led 3-0 after the first period. Loyola came back to make it 3-2 heading into the 3rd, and each team with a goal in that 3rd period, producing that 4-3 final score in favor of GBS. Of course, this game will decide the season series as well, as these two 1-1 against each other this season. Here's Cesario to the near side for Aiden Weller, who scored last night against Loyola. Now out to Jonah Weiss. Sokol over to Cesario, trying to backhand this one in. Weiss getting in there, stick in the way, got it to Cesario. Now back to Weiss, centered it. Sokol nets off, but Loyola grabs possession, so the ref will keep things moving. Here's Connor McCauley, of course the younger brother of Glenbrook South alum Marty, knocking this one into the zone. Go ahead.
Sorry, Dylan. You saw Cesario try to make the same plays. We're going to get a penalty. Big hit against the boards.
Yeah, Jack Higgins gets taken down, and Peter Lochnicki, one-way trip to the box here. Let's look at it again.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if maybe we saw more than just the two here. See Lochnicki, full head of steam, and hits from behind. You wonder if you see more than two there on the hit on Jack Higgins. And it is going to be a 10-minute misconduct as well. So Peter Lochnicki, leading scorer for Loyola, is going to be gone for the next 10+ minutes.
And that's the thing about those 2 and 10s, right? It's only a 2-minute power play, but the guy has to sit in the box for that additional 10 minutes, and it'll stay 5-on-5, but they will be shorthanded without their leading scorer, as you mentioned. So 15:41 to go here in the first, and the official scorekeeper already having a busy night.
Yeah, Lochnicki, 23 points on the season, 10 goals, 13 assists, well on his way to an all-SHL team, which should be announced here in the next week or two. And of course, everybody honored during the SHL championship as well. He's had a sparkling season for Loyola, but he's gonna spend the next 10 minutes having a break.
All right, so the Titan power play gets to work. Next, they are red hot, scoring at least a power play goal in their last 8 straight games, over 40% in that stretch. Second best power play in the SHL as they creep up to 21.1% here in the final game.
Meanwhile, Loyola struggled a little bit on the penalty kill, just 83.9%.
All power plays brought to you by RSM, of course. The power of being understood as the Titans try and cycle, but another clear here by Loyola.
Blazkowski very nearly had a step there. Gotta be careful on those D-to-D. Sometimes you see an active forward trying to pick something off, go the other way shorthanded.
Pajerski now to Hoffer. Blake Hoffer has some space, he shoots, and the save made by Trapp. He'll cover it up on the rebound. Benji Pajerski currently sitting at 99 career Varsity 1 points here in his 3rd year with the squad.
I'm gonna run the replay there. I don't know that I got it in time, but it's a really heady play there by Bonnell. He left the puck. Yeah, you're gonna be able to see it right there. Leaves the puck to clear space for Hoffer. Hoffer comes, enters the zone, gets a nice shot off. This is a really smart play there by Bonnell.
Blake Hoffer coming into tonight's action, 5 points clear of the SHL leaderboard in terms of points. As, of course, Zach Freemuth finished as the scoring champion last year, so the Titans looking to make it back-to-back with Freemuth's old line mate from last year, Blake Hoffer. Here's Adam Sokol. Up to Will Fagan, across to his twin brother Luke. Now here's a shot, looking for a tip by Cesario, didn't get it. Weiss trying to crash the net. Now Cesario gets the loose puck. He'll circle behind the net. Already only 40 seconds to go on this power play for the Titans. And Loyola will bring this one out. Klein ahead to Daverman. Shorthanded chance, backhand shot deflected wide. Loyola with 6 shorthanded goals on the SHL season, tied for St. Ignatius for the most in the SHL.
So Luke Fagan diving there just to get a deflection on that 2-on-1, or Loyola could have found a shorthanded equalizer.
Here comes Fagan over the center ice line, now over the blue line, leading the charge. But it gets taken away by Loyola. They'll clear. The Titan defensemen, none of them are afraid to get down and dirty and sort of mimic a forward for a couple of seconds if they see themselves a good opportunity to.
Yeah, a lot of guys. Matt Klein, always someone you see jump up in the play from the back line over the last couple of seasons. Remember, for years, Ryan Cowan doing that for Loyola as well.
As power play has come to an end, so the Titans 0 for 1. Not a lot of good looks on that opportunity, but here's Dylan Lytell with a chance. Save made by Trapp. He covers it up once again. Shots on goal, 3-2 for Loyola. They lead the game 1-0.
A couple of things to show you here. First, it's that 2-on-1, and it's going to be the sprawling dive there from Fagan, and you can see that stick just deflects the puck a touch. Going to see it from the back angle here as well.
Oh, yeah.
Really nicely done. That's all we'll get to here on this puck pause.
Face-off one by the Titans. Mulvey's shot gets deflected wide. Now scrum for it behind the net. Zach Boris, near side corner. Goes across to Higgins. Good to see Jack Higgins right back out there for his next shift. After taking that hit that drew the GBS power play. GBS will come, or Loyola will come out of the zone with it. Ryan Mulvey in the way of that. He swipes it over to Lytell. Lytell over the line, being pressured by Donato. But Lytell keeps the puck, tried to get a backhand shot. Not a lot of speed on that. Intercepted by Klein, and McCauley helps it out to neutral ice.
Connor McCauley in that game against New Trier last week that we did on Marquee Sports Network. I was so impressed with his game on the Loyola side. Just a sophomore, and he really showed up. That's a player that I think we've watched rise throughout the season for Loyola.
Now a 2-on-1 developing. Pajerski got it over to Hoffer. He shoots and scores! And there it is, point number 100 for Benji Pajerski on the primary assist. The Titans tie the game up 1-1.
Yeah, 2-on-1, and they execute, right? Loyola just 2 minutes ago, not able to execute on the shorthanded 2-on-1. This one textbook here and offer that 100th point. What an impressive mark for him. Excuse me, Pajerski's 100 point, I should say. Hoffer well over 100 at this point.
Pajerski and Hoffer, part of that first line, of course, with Ben Stevens, who's not available tonight. So we do see Evan Bennell step up to this first line, but a lot of spotlight goes to Blake Hoffer as the leading point scorer for the Titans and in the SHL leading goal scorer as well. But how about Benji Pajerski? That is assist number 30 of the SHL season for him, setting up a lot of Hoffer's goals on that first line.
Yeah, he's had a really impressive season. Talk about Blake Hoffer. It's an interesting J.J. O'Connor race this season. Blake Hoffer's name certainly in that, I would think. A couple other candidates in the SHL. Certainly some players outside of the SHL that always give a case. You think of some of the fantastic goaltending seasons we're seeing in the SHL right now. I think all candidates, well, I think closer race than I can remember in most years. Most years you have a pretty good feel of who's going to win it.
Now here comes Hoffer rushing up ice again, got around one, but couldn't catch up to his puck. 1-1 your score here in Lincolnwood. Titans' third game here at Heartland this season, but first against Loyola. They played New Trier Blue and St. Ignatius here at Heartland in the O'Grady Cup Thanksgiving tournament. Lost both those games. But here in the SHL regular season, their first visit to Lincolnwood. This one in on Preston, an easy stop for him, and we get another whistle.
So Dylan, you mentioned we'll be doing some scoreboard watching here tonight, so you pulling it up on your iPad as well, but another game that means a lot in the standings. Getting started in about 30 minutes, maybe about halfway through the second period, close to intermission. We'll start to keep an eye on that game and its standings impact.
I want to talk about the run Blake Hoffer's been on late. It's not just the points he's scoring, but it's the goals as well. Talk about his last 5 games coming into this one. 3 goals, 2 goals, no goals, 2 goals, and 2 goals, and he's already at 1 here tonight.
And almost had a second there. You saw the way he was weaving through the Loyola defense just about 45 seconds ago. Always a threat with the puck is Aiton White.
Size and speed, an unlikely combo here in hockey, but Blake Hoffer's got both of them.
Tremendous athlete. I'm sure you guys talk all the time about his prowess in baseball as well. Just really fantastic athlete here at the high school level.
Yeah, a lot of people on the broadcast know, but if you didn't, committed to University of Illinois. He's a left-handed pitcher. Going to play some D1 baseball. Here's a shot by Thomas. That's stopped by Preston. Another whistle here. 10:53 to go in the first. Lots of stoppages here early in this one.
Yeah, it hasn't had quite the rhythm you'd hope for. You saw Thomas curl off the half wall. You'd like to see that near side defenseman not get sucked so far in. You saw how open that became into the slot. Good save by Preston.
Face off at the circle to Preston's left. It's Boris against McCauley. 50-50 puck, still no true possession yet. Now Boris will get it over to Weller. Aiden Weller up to Charlie Preston, but that missed him. And Loyola will get it back out to neutral ice. Dylan Lytell over the line, takes a shot, going way wide, but into the glove anyway of Charlie Trapp. Another stoppage. 5-5 your shots on goal. The score 1-1. Anthony Donato and Blake Hoffer with your goals so far.
Well, Dylan, obviously my first game on the network, and appreciate you having me on. And of course, Zach Boris, the son of our great technical director here on the broadcast, Gerard. And does he have a special goal graphic when Zach gets a goal? I feel like that should, all the hard work that Gerard puts in should be entitled to, I don't know, a special graphic or something like that?
Yeah, something like that. I know the goal calls are a little bit more special when he gets one. And actually, we talk about GBS's 2 games here at Heartland. When they played St. Ignatius, they lost 6-1, but that one goal for the Titans was scored by Zach Boris right here at that net down to our right.
Yeah, big season last year, first season up here on varsity. Excited what his future has, in addition, of course, to this season.
6 goals, 9 assists, 15 points on the year. He'll be a senior next year. You know, it's, as the varsity broadcaster, a lot of guys, when they make the varsity team, it's my first true introduction to those players. But with Gerard here, my great partner all throughout the year, and for the last few years, I've been able to track Zach's GBS hockey career. Played JV as a freshman, varsity 2 last year, his sophomore year.
And if I remember, had some big numbers on varsity 2 last year, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, and JV as well. Him and Hoffer were on the same line back then when they were both freshmen. I believe that year, Blake Hoffer not only led the JV SHL in points, but all 3 Scholastic Hockey League divisions in total in points. Here's Donato left point. Gets this one down below the goal line. Now Daverman behind the net, tried to set someone up, but nobody there to grab the puck. Here's Daverman again. The Blazejowski in the high slot. Tried a shot, but that's kicked out of there by the Titans. Hoffer just lost the puck to Matt Klein. Now Daverman having a problem here with Bennell on his tail, but he's able to clear it out.
I'd have to go back and look. I don't remember Matt Klein being on the ice for Hoffer's first goal. I would imagine you're not going to see Hoffer on the ice much more without Matt Klein trailing him.
It's a good point, Max, especially with Loyola being the home team here at Heartland, has that last change to take advantage of, something that GBS had yesterday. So while this is a direct rematch from last night's affair, a slight difference, of course, in hockey is always interesting, and that's why no matter where games are played, even if they're at neutral site, you always have to have that designation of home and away.
And that's why series get really fun, too. You have this back-to-back nights, but when you're playing teams 2 or 3 times in a row, and it's like in the SHL playoffs, you really start to get a feel for what these coaches are thinking. You know, you get that feeling certainly in like a 7-game NHL series. Don't get that as much at the high school level, but you certainly get that here tonight with these 2 teams playing back-to-back nights.
Talk about GBS starting the SHL playoffs next week. Regardless of whether it's St. Ignatius or Loyola, whoever they play, they will start that series on the road. Play game 2 at Glenview Ice Center. Here's Boris sliding it up high and just coming outside the zone. There's Cole McPherson to take it, and he will dump it in. Behind the net, Trapp settles it down. Tyler LaRue over to the far side for Anamoni. And we get a whistle there. Max, not gonna lie, I was checking a note.
Yeah, I don't think Adam Sokol realized it was delayed offsides, and now it's gonna cost him. It's gonna come all the way back in the GBS zone. It's kind of a funny look. I can't remember which Loyola player, when he hit the puck, looked at him like, what are you doing? This is going into your zone, but we'll take it, I guess.
Results.
In all fairness, I didn't see the linesman arm up either. I think it was this near side that we don't see as well from this broadcast point, but certainly an advantage here for Loyola.
Well, Max, of course, in the SHL, we have the NHL-style officiating crew of 2 refs, 2 linesmen, but last night there was only 1 referee in the house, 2 linesmen, so not sure what happened there, but these 2 teams get to play with the full set. Here's a shot for Loyola and a save point blank by Thomas Preston.
Another good positional save there from Preston. Does a nice job of pushing off that post as that puck pops into the slot area, a little bit more off the slot, more like the far circle, but Preston up for the challenge.
Dylan Ward, Max Anderson with you on the call. Max Anderson, of course, of the SHL Network. You've heard him call some GBS games over the years, including the annual North-South game. That was a fun one this year. It always is.
Always is. I know it wasn't the result that, or no, it was, excuse me, the result that this network wanted. It was last year that GBN wrestled back the crown, but the next 250 days or so, it's all for South.
And GBN may have taken the best 2 out of 3 SHL season series, but while it's not weighted differently in the standings, you know it's weighted differently to these boys. As Fagan knocks down McCauley, he's going to get a penalty for it. Delayed call, and finally GBS touches the puck, and the whistle goes.
That was a big-time hit there. And again, wonder if maybe we might see more than just the 2 minutes. Well, actually, I mean, on replay, it looked a little more shoulder to shoulder than it looked initially, and it will just be the 2 minutes for roughing.
Matt Klein, the captain of Loyola, wondering.
Look at that one more time. Evan Bennell is the guilty party, or was the guilty party in terms of the hit. Not sure what the penalty on Nicky came from.
That was the 2 and the 10 from earlier.
Oh, excuse me. Yes, Nicky's still in the box.
Looks like Lytell's going. We'll watch that one more time.
It was definitely Evan Bennell.
It was either Fagan or Bennell. Yeah, it was Bennell.
But it definitely was not Dylan Lytell. That much I can tell you.
All right, well. Titans probably...
So can we get a stat correction on a misapplied penalty? I'll have to take that one up with Sam Schwartz.
Well, it's going to be a power play for Loyola this time, and all penalty kill situations here on the South Hockey Network, brought to you by Hannah Vanderplug, trial attorneys.
Of course, a great partner of the SHL Network now as well. We certainly appreciate all their support, not just here on the South Network, but league-wide.
Here's a quick shot from the point, that one wide of the net. So GBS didn't really get anything going in their power play. Let's see what they can do here, one man short. Here's Adam Sokol backhanding this one deep. And a good start to the PK here for the Titans. Stretch ice pass, Dine could not get around Adam Sokol, and it's regained by Loyola. 17% on the power play are the Ramblers, as it's regained once again by Sokol and cleared all the way down. 2 good clearances for the senior Adam Sokol. Adam Sokol, Benji Pajurski, the only 2 seniors on the roster that have played 3 seasons here at the Varsity 1 level. Of course, Ryan Mulvey and Asher Vanderplug have also played 3 seasons, but they both started as freshmen, so they'll be around next year. Another clear by Glenbrook South, and this PK here for GBS, really impressive here already. 1 minute and 10 seconds have dripped off the clock. Tyler LaRue loses an edge, and
see the strength of Hoffer there, just muscling LaRue off the puck. Nothing dirty about it, clean hit. See the power behind Aiton White. Talk about the freshmen that have played on varsity since they were freshmen. I felt like when I started doing this 7, 8, 9 years ago, there was maybe 1 a year league-wide. Now it feels like there's 1 a team.
Yeah. Klein with a shot, that one blocked. Sokol plays it off the boards. Hoffer pulls it ahead. Cannot backhand that one into the zone cleanly. Yeah, as long as I've been around, Max, it's Ryan Mulvey, Asher Vanderplug, and now this year Thomas Preston is the only 3 freshmen to make the Varsity 1 squad.
You think of that Stevenson contingent, I think it was 4 of them, as we got another delayed penalty here.
If Loyola's smart, they'll give up the puck, get some more time on the 2-man advantage, but the penalty expires. Yep. And another power play coming up for Loyola as Lytell's free from the box, but someone soon will take his spot. Looks like it is Blake Hoffer.
I'm not sure. I don't know if maybe they thought, oh, they slashes the call. I thought maybe his hit in the corner on Anthony Donato maybe was a little high, but that's certainly not the case. It's a slash. So, apologize, didn't catch that in real time about what happened.
Another statistical milestone, Max, for the Titans here in the last game of the season. There's penalty minutes number 199 and 200.
Oh, let's write home about that one, big time.
So another power play here for Loyola, which means another penalty kill sponsored by Hannah Vanderplug, trial attorneys for Glenbrook South. 1 for 1 already as Cesario kicks this one out. One thing to keep in mind here is we've already had a few penalties in this game. This is an NHL-style rink where the penalty boxes are opposite to the benches. You don't see that a lot. I think this rink, along with Fifth Third Arena down in Chicago, the only 2 SHL rinks in the state to have that set up, definitely changes your strategy and approach in terms of figuring out the player's going to go to the bench and sub or join the play.
I had not really thought of about that, to be honest with you, Dylan. That's interesting that only 2 of the 11 SHL teams play with that penalty box opposite. I guess I did not realize that all these games I've done.
Another thing about Heartland is because the scorer and the penalty box are on the other sides, there is nothing but a glass wall separating the 2 benches down there. So I'm sure a little easier to get some chirps off.
No shortage of conversation, bench to bench. We've seen many good games here over the years. I know we're seeing some classic South Loyola, which has just been a burgeoning rivalry over the last couple of seasons. I know had the best of each other in a couple of different times in the state playoffs.
A lot of close games as well.
Yep.
I think back to the first ever SHL game held at Allstate Arena between Glenbrook South and Loyola. That was part of our SHL Network Wolves series.
has graduated YouTube now to Marquee, which is pretty cool.
Yep. 40 seconds to go on this kill. GBS penalty kills look sharp already. Here's another clear by Luke Fagan. That hits the foam padding on the glass, so it stays in play, but will not go all the way down. And Loyola brings it back up. It's Donato. Got it up ice to Blazejowski. He puts on the brakes. Top of the left circle. Looking for a pass, goes up to Klein at the left point. Now down to Blazejowski again. Takes a shot, tough angle, that never hit the net. 10 seconds left, Hoffer getting ready to come out of the box. Here's a backhand shot, that one wide of the net, and the Titans clear, so that'll do it. 2 for 2 on the kill here for Glenbrook South. So we get down to the 3:10 mark of the first period, and there's Hoffer just joining the play.
The PK does a really nice job of collapsing in the middle and not giving up that same slot space they gave up early in the game. You can see they're content with some of that movement around the perimeter. They're going to do everything they can to prevent that puck from getting in that slot area.
Icing here, both these teams red hot, as GBS with only 1 regulation loss in their last 9 games dating back to the start of the calendar year. Loyola Gold had a 7-game win streak in SHL play until last night, so they're 7-1 in their last 8.
Yeah, they've been on an impressive run.
Right time to get hot.
Anytime you win 7 in a row in this league, you are playing really good hockey.
One of those wins against New Trier as well, as we saw in Marquee.
Awkward exchange there for Preston.
Wanted to cover it up, just couldn't. Benji Pajerski, now Gabal as the Titans get it back. Ryan Mulvey and Hoffer streaking up ice. He's got the puck on a breakaway for his second of the game. Tried to go to his backhand. Could not get a shot off. And will it be a penalty shot? It's on a delayed call right now.
Haven't seen a signal yet. Looks like it's not going to be, but thought there was a candidacy. Let's take a look at it here as I continue to work on my abilities here with the replay.
Yeah, you're a natural.
So you see the stretch pass here from Mulvey right onto the edge of the stick. Hits Mulvey or Hoffer in stride. You see the hook there.
That could have been a penalty shot.
I guess maybe you could say he hadn't really gone into a shooting motion, although I thought he was going to try to finish it with his backhand here once he pulled it to his backhand. But it's just going to be a 2-minute minor. And now GBS, after a couple of successive penalty kills, gets their chance with a man advantage.
All power plays for the Titans, sponsored by RSM. The power of being understood. That one gets cleared out of the zone. And I'll tell you, David Vanderplug, Pete Mulvey, both getting their money's worth here for the special teams sponsorships. As both teams with 2 looks on the power play with still some change in the first period.
Love that. Love to take care of our sponsors in that way.
Speaking of RSM, there is Ryan Mulvey getting that one to Sokol. Now the captain gets it back. Ryan Mulvey, top of the left circle, comes up high with it, gets a shot away, that stop. Rebound, Cesario hit the post on the follow-up. Titans keep possession. Over to Weller, he tries a shot, stick in the way there by Kading. Weller gets it back right point, tries again. That would not go. Not sure if the goalie got a piece or if it was blocked. Now Mulvey shoots, side of the net. Tickled the twine, but the wrong side of it. Now up high, Weller again. Great puck movement here by GBS on this power play. Jonah Weiss over to Weller. He shoots, bounces in on trap, and he's able to stop that one.
So look at a couple of things here. First, you had this first interchange on the power play. The backdoor chance from Cesario just goes off the iron. And you're going to get a good look at that iron strike from behind. Trap had it the whole way. And if we can, we'll take a look at the second chance. Might be getting a little aggressive. We'll try to get it in. I don't know how to exit it, Dylan. I apologize.
Okay,
back to main. There we go.
All good. Max Anderson, a natural here at the replay functionality on the South Hockey Network. Is usually Jimmy's the one doing it for you, but
that's why I need Jimmy. Takes the thinking out of it. I'm just the talker. He's the brains.
And Loyola will clear this one out. Daverman gets a piece of it on its way, but taken away by Will Fagan. Now to Hoffer. Had it in his skates, but now gets it to his stick. Pressured by LaRue down the left wing side. Now up to Pajerski. Pajerski lets a shot go. That gets blocked by Daverman. Now Pajerski Over to Luke Fagan.
Strong play by Pajurski to keep the puck alive there. Wasn't able to take advantage, but a lot of times when you see somebody lose the puck off the edge of their stick like that, it's out of the zone. He uses strength to stay in it.
Will Fagan. Penalty is over, but 15 to go in the period. Here's a shot on trap. He makes the stop with the pad. And Loyola gets this one out of the zone. Will Fagan, good defensive play there against Lochnickius. Got some fresh legs after serving that 10-minute penalty, but time will expire here on the first period, and these two teams all even, one apiece, with the goals from Anthony Donato and Blake Hoffer, and of course Benji Pajurski getting the assist for his 100th point here in his third year on the squad. That's 31 goals and 69 assists. Also for Pajurski, coming into this game with 39 points, gets up to 40. He was tied with Jackson Steinlaw for second in points in the SHL, so he now hops one above him as St. Ignatius gets going at around 7 o'clock tonight.
A bit of a clunky period. I mean, more than half the period played on special teams, and we had a lot of puck pauses. Never felt like we got a good flow to that period. A lot of icings and goalies freezing the puck, and then of course the special teams just always slow things down. So 1-1 after first period. Felt like a pretty even period. Both teams had their chances. It's exactly, I think, what we anticipated this game looking like.
Dylan Ward and Max Anderson with you here in the booth at American Heartland Ice Arena. Good to be here on the South Hockey Network. Gerard Boris, our technical engineer, and Brad Cesario, your CSO, that stands for Chief Scoreboard Operator, in charge of the top left corner of your screen. Formerly Joe Hoffer, but he got fired after he started missing some games, so we brought Brad in to do that.
I was going to say, was there a high-profile incident I didn't hear about here on the South Hockey Network, or what?
No, he's a traveling man. He relies on this broadcast a lot, and actually, looking around, I don't see him here in the rink today, so he might be tuned in. Teams will switch sides here, period of the long change, and it's a relatively evenly played game. Sometimes shots on goal don't tell the full story, but I would say 10-9, pretty close, one shot, and that's what I'm seeing out there too.
Yeah, absolutely. You saw the goal Loyola got in the first 17 seconds of the game. And GBS midway through the first got the equalizer.
All right, second period is upon us. GBS still wearing white, but this time they'll go from left to right. Loyola in the maroon goes from right to left. Fresh 17 minutes as the Titans work with it in their own zone. Here's Will Fagan off the far boards out to neutral ice, recovered by Patrick Dine. As Loyola clears this one back into the Titan zone, Mulvey up to Weiss. Jonah Weiss to Adam Sokol. And now Cesario just missed his pass, so it'll be an icing. We see Weiss here on this second line filling in for Surma, and Bonnell on that first line filling in for Stevens.
A nice opportunity for Jimmy Philbin to get a look late in the season here with a couple different line pairings. Of course, this game matters in terms of the standings, but last regular season games, if you got a couple of guys that need a blow and get a chance to see some different combinations in case you do need to call upon that come SHL or state playoffs.
Reminder that GBS will either play St. Ignatius or Loyola in the first round of the SHL playoffs, as that shot just sails wide. And they do control their own destiny in terms of what seed they are. Here's a shot by Daverman, but not who they'll play yet. They'll have to wait for the later game tonight between St. Viator and Carmel Catholic. As Loyola enters the zone offsides there, some of the guys on the bench and the fans here not happy with that call.
A good chance here for Loyola. Just able to keep the puck in was Dwyer, and fortunate bounce to Daverman. Rest not the cleanest save, but Ryan Mulvey there to prevent the second shot. They always say the first shot's got to be the goalie's, second shot's got to be on defense. And Ryan Mulvey executed that there flawlessly.
Back to Luke Fagan. Cross to Weller, back to Fagan. Now Bonnell, nice pass between his legs, goes to Hoffer with it. Blake Hoffer down below the goal line, centered it looking for Bonnell, but he gets tripped up or maybe just blew a tire right in that slot and unable to get a stick to that one. Now Blazejowski takes it, tries a shot but fanned on it. So instead Bonnell comes the other direction, has two Ramblers to beat. Needed some help, didn't have it. And it's given up to Donato. Donato knocks this one into the zone. Loyola changes a couple. Now Fagan up to Bunnell, goes to Hoffer with it. Titans rush up ice, but a good stick there by Tyler LaRue to knock that one off the SHL's leading scorer's stick.
Hoffer taking a little bit more of an extended shift. Here's Matt Klein, went him off a bit early. Now he'll head to the bench. We'll see if he continues to try to sneak opportunities to get away from that matchup.
Of course, we talk about the last change. That only applies to incoming face-offs. Once we're in live play, anything goes. As Weller over the line, left wing side. Now Preston with a shot. That one high of the net. Charlie Preston close to going bar down against Charlie Trapp, but missed the net with that look. 1-1 your score here at Heartland. Here's another look for Preston. That's stopped once again by Trapp. And the Ramblers clear this one down. Will it have enough for an icing? Does not look like it. And it's waved off. McPherson goes out to neutral ice for Higgins. Touch pass to Boris. Zach Boris using his physicality to get around Anamoni. Now he chases this puck down to the near side corner. Higgins given up to LaRue. Mulvey there to keep it in the zone. Fires a shot. That's blocked by either Anamoni or LaRue right in front of the net. Behind the cage, Higgins. Anamoni takes it away for Loyola. Pressuring is Boris. He tried a turnaround shot. Couldn't put that one on target as he was being contested. Really nice shift there from that line. A couple of really good, high quality scoring chances that we'll show you a replay of here at this icing. 13:35 to go here in the second. So this first one comes on the rush. It's a good high shot. I think this is the one where Trapp had to use his shoulder and stay a little higher. Excuse me, this one was the one that went just over. It was the second one that Trapp had to stay big and stay high and use his shoulder to prevent from going in. This was the same shift. In zone entry from a sharp angle, and he had to fight that one off. Loyola's defense able to swipe it away, but a nice shift. Back underway in the Titans offensive zone. Here's McCauley. Adam Sokol now sends it towards the net, bouncing Cesario there in the slot, but never could touch the puck. Now to the near side, Adam Sokol. Backhands this one deep, but Connor McCauley tried to get it out. Adam Sokol intercepts. Here is Sokol, backhander to the slot, looking for Weiss, but it never found him. Now Lochnicki knocks it ahead of Fagan, and he's got a partial break. Ryan Mulvey defending and goes between his legs. Backhand shot on Preston, and the save. Rebound, another shot by Jones, but that never found the net. Boy, what a play there by Peter Lochnicki, but Thomas Preston coming up with the save. Yeah, two chances there. The first one, a really good save. The second one, that's just all effort and hustle. As we'll get a chance to take a look at it. You see Lochnicki had a partial breakaway. The speed of Ryan Mulvey helps cut off the angle, makes a great move around Mulvey. The left pad there of Preston gets the initial, or I should say the second save. And you get a good look at it here from the goal cam. And you see that left pad save make the initial. Puck still bounces around, eventually gets cleared out. Loyola that close to taking the lead back, but we stay 1-1. Face off in the attacking zone for South, but the face-off's won by Loyola. Here is Matt Klein trying to get this one ahead for Pearson Daverman, but Bunnell in the way as they fight for the puck right up against the Loyola boards. A pass intended for Hoffer didn't connect, but it did touch his stick, so no icing. As it's regained by Loyola. Klein out to Daverman, who tips that one ahead, but Aiden Weller will chase back after it for the Titans. GBS looking for the season series win over Loyola, who beat them 4-2 back in December, but GBS won 4-3 last night. Here's Pajurski with a shot, that one wide. Rebound Hoffer, got it to Luke Fagan, who has some space. Fake the shot. Now we'll cut low in the right circle. Down to Pajurski, tipped up to Weller, slap shot towards the net. Hit a couple bodies on its way. A really nice play by Pajurski there to keep that chance alive. 100-foot shot on goal there for Pearson Daverman, but an easy one for Preston. You're going to see this puck right after it enters the zone. Takes a fortunate bounce. Pajurski's able to carry it in. A good shot, just misses the cage, maybe a foot or so to the left of the post. 12-10 the shots in favor of Loyola. I think Gerard just told me that he thinks that that's short. Of course, we have Brad Cesario doing the scoreboard in the top left corner of your screen. Now, he always mimics the scoreboard shots on goal when they are posted, but some rinks, of course, don't have them, and then he's going on the fly. But we always grade him after those games to see how accurate he is. He actually is pretty accurate most of the time, so.
I think it's hard. A lot of bodies, he doesn't have the luxury of any kind of replay, which I know a lot of times in the NHL, they can make stat corrections. Oh, here we have a penalty. Actually, I have a funny story regarding that in a minute.
Let's see if we caught that one. Zach Boris was rushing up ice.
Sorry, that's the one I wanted. There we go.
There you go. Maybe holding. Let's see what the official call is.
Hooking, depending. Yeah, hooking. There's going to be the call.
So Zach Boris draws the penalty and sends Julian Gabal to the box. Oh, he's just wearing his jersey. Gotcha. All right, well, that is a good pickup by Gavin McPherson to our left. It is JP Rakana in net for the Titans. Our apologies, he's supposedly using Thomas Preston's jersey, so we thought there was a last-minute goaltending change, but no, JP Rakana in net for the Titans. So again, our apologies, we'll start using his name moving forward. But another power play for GBS, 2 quick shots against Trapp, as all power plays are brought to you by RSM, the power of being understood.
Good clearance. Declan Smith getting a workout here early on this power play. Really good first shift or first opportunity, but back giveaway from Hoffer.
And Max, I think we were wrong on the Titan goaltender. I think it is Trapp in net for Loyola instead of Smith.
It is. Let's see if we can get a look at this one. That is not what I intended to do. I'm telling you, by the time I get this down, I'm going to be at the end of today's game. Yep, here's the chance on the first part of the power play that we're not going to show you because we're back to live action. Getting there, folks, I promise.
Titans 0 for 2 on the power play, but a really good one last time. Titans have to make sure they stay on sides here. They do, but some confusion and getting a loose one. Anamoni clearing that one down.
Really good stick work near the blue line by the Loyola defense to throw off the timing of that rush by the Titans.
Now stick to head, Anamoni, shorthanded chance for Loyola, in on Rakana, backhand shot, and he scores. Loyola's 7th shorthanded goal of the season, and Giovanni Anamoni's 3rd of SHL play.
Yeah, it's a good aggressive play here by Anamoni to get his stick in that passing lane. And then with his skill, just pulls to his backhand. And beats Rakana.
So Loyola hops back to the lead, and we had already mentioned it back in the first period how Loyola came into this one tied for the most shorties in SHL regular season play. Well, they now have sole possession of that, as it's 2-1 Loyola, still 40 seconds to play here on the Titan man advantage. Sokol off the boards up to Luke Fagan towards the net. Saved by Trapp into the glove.
Dylan, I want to go back to something you said about the shot counting and how you grade
Brad Cesario.
Brad Cesario on it. It's funny that you say that because in the NHL, they obviously have a shot counter in real time, but a lot of times what will happen is at commercial break, they'll go back and make adjustments after they looked at replays. So I talked to a NHL play-by-play broadcaster once that said he would never refer to shots on goal in a broadcast because a lot of times he'd come back from a break and the number would be totally different.
That is a good point. And actually, I was having a conversation with a family member, and he was saying that back in the day, they would never change those shots on goal. But I think with all the betting
Camera
stuff and
technology,
you know, you'll take a certain particular player, as this shot by Fagan goes off the crossbar, but you might take a particular player on a bet to have a certain amount of shots on goal, so they want to make sure if there's money involved that that's accurate.
Absolutely.
Power play has come to an end here, and Loyola out of the box. Here comes Dine. Gabal joins the play on the back end. He shoots on Rakana, and he makes the save. stopping play with 9:11 to go in the second. It is 2-1 Loyola, not 2-2 as it reads here at Heartland.
You know, look at that shot on the power play on a bad clearance attempt, able to keep it in. First, I think Trap gets a piece of it. We're going to get our first look at a bench reaction after that puck hits the crossbar. Not much reaction. I thought we might see a little excitement, but Jimmy Philbin absolutely locked in. He knew it wasn't going in, even if we did.
Back underway, nearing the halfway point of regulation time. GBS has their goal from Blake Hoffer. Loyola with goals from Anamoni and Donato.
Seen Loyola get a lot more aggressive in the neutral zone this period. They forced a bunch more turnovers. That's obviously what led to the shorthanded goal as well. We've seen a couple more chances. GBS has to be a little stronger in the neutral zone.
There's Boris trying to score from just around the same place he did back in November here at Heartland Ice Arena, but could not find a hole in trap there. And Loyola will come out the other direction. Blazejowski over the line, got it to Daverman. Tied up, and the Titans will get possession back. Given up to Gabal, far side. He takes a shot. That one deflects wide of the net and comes out to the neutral zone where Donato dumps it back in. Delayed offsides. Ramblers touch up and come back over the line. Klein over to Donato. Arced in on Rakana, and an easy one for JP.
Take a look at that shot from the far circle from this goal cam. Should have a pretty good angle of it. Didn't miss the cage by much. High and just a little bit wide. Great technical work by Gerard Boris. Got 4 cameras going here tonight. Of course, the 2 goal cams, and we have got the bench cam tonight. Always
courtesy
fun.
of SHL Network, Jimmy the Wiz.
Always happy to lend you guys a hand. You guys do so much for us. Truly is a community effort here on the media circuit in the SHL.
Appreciate you just being here, Max.
Absolutely.
I'll tell you what, if you've ever gone, as Pajurski's shot floats in, if you've ever gone down to that left side to try and set up the net cam, there is not a lot of real estate back there. It's a very thin and tight fit.
Let me tell you, I am not making it back there after a Thanksgiving or Christmas Day meal. It is, you have to penguin shuffle flat against it. There's no getting, especially my broad shoulders, back there to get a camera set up. And yes, of course, I have been back there setting stuff up for SHL Network.
Talk about Thanksgiving. You're making me wonder how we did that at the Thanksgiving tournament, because clearly we were fresh off a Thanksgiving dinner. But Gerard always finds a way, as
Sure
does Jimmy the Wiz, who've become great partners as of late as well.
Really
Here's
have.
Mulvey with a shot that's blocked by McCauley. Now up to Lochnicki. Over the line, right wing side. Knocked off the puck by Fagan as he hits him into the boards. McCauley on the rebound takes a shot that's wide. Below the goal line, set in front. McCauley gloves it down, takes a shot. That one wouldn't go. Couldn't tell if that was stopped or hit the side of the cage. Now behind the net. Titans try and clear it out. Klein just keeping it in. And Will Fagan will take it behind the goal line. Near side, Evan Bonnell. Out to the neutral zone. Hoffer, nice reception on that pass, but instead of rushing up ice, he'll take some time to reset. Blake Hoffer with his speed plays it off the boards, but couldn't catch up to the puck as Kading gets it away. And now Gall over the line. Delayed offsides. Lochnicki has to come back and tag up. Will Fagan from neutral ice fires that one in on net. And Trapp deflects it down to the far side half wall. 3-on-2 board battle in favor of Loyola. Who's going to come away with the puck? GBS does, as Weiss gets it taken away from him and cleared out once again.
Most of this period's been spent down in the GBS zone. Haven't seen a lot of good chances for GBS.
Here's Weiss with a shot. That one into the glove of Trapp. And I was waiting for that goal right there, Max, for the famous Caster's curse.
Yeah, we'll take a quick look at that last chance. As no sooner than I said it. Jonah Weiss turning it around, getting the shot off, at least making sure the Trapp is still awake back there.
Offsides again. SHL playoffs, state playoffs on the horizon for both these teams.
I don't know if you've had a chance to talk about it, but certainly want to give you kudos, along with, of course, Sam Schwartz and Luke Jordan. Just did a phenomenal job with that release show. Folks, I don't think you have any idea how difficult a live show like that is. When you watch that on Selection Sunday on CBS Sports, they've got 15 producers, they've got 20 line writers, they've got everyone in their ear telling them exactly what to do, and even they have high-profile mess-ups that we've seen over the years. So just big kudos to you guys and what you put together. Of course, Gerard technically as well.
I'll tell you what, Max, I don't know if you watched the whole thing through, but Sam ripping up his paper was just comedy gold.
I told him, I said, you're too hard on yourself. I was happy when he did that, because it's, you know what, you got to have some fun with it. Sometimes we take this a little too serious. At the end of the day, we're talking about entertainment.
Also, you got to think about Sam Schwartz, not a usual broadcaster, PA voice, but to do that type of thing in one take as well.
Yeah.
It's a lot of fun.
That was live, folks. There was obviously no editing. So I give you guys a lot of credit. That is not easy to do.
Pajerski with a shot left circle. That one stopped by Trapp. And the rebound cleared out to the neutral zone. As we inch closer to the intermission, just 3 goals in the game, 2 for Loyola, 1 for GBS. That one scored by the man with the puck now, Hoffer. Centered at Bunnell, couldn't get it to him cleanly. Daverman takes it away. And now Anamoni looking to force this one up ice. Now Daverman has some space, tries a shot. Good stick there by Luke Fagan to send that one wide. Now Hoffer looking for a breakaway pass. But Klein there to slow that down. Pinned up against the boards. Fagan, Benji Pajerski. Taken away by Thomas, who backhands it up to Blesser. Now he's got a breakaway. Takes a shot and scores. 5-hole. Loyola leads 3-1 on their second breakaway goal tonight.
Yeah, really pretty simple pass here, splitting the defense. And the breakaway from Blesser, and I think he went 5-hole. Yep. That's not Preston, as a reminder. JP Rakana.
So he gets his 3rd goal of the season, and a lot of Loyola guys who, you know, sort of the lesser names in terms of point production. All 3 Loyola goals have been each player's 3rd SHL goal of the season. How about that? As we get back underway, Loyola led 1-0. GBS tied it up, and 2 unanswered by the Ramblers here in the second period, as that is clearly offsides by the Titans. That'll bring the face-off back out to the neutral zone.
And not quite flowing the way you saw this Titan side in the first period. That offsides obviously slowing things down, haven't had nearly as many chances here in this period, although shots still 20-20. It certainly felt like Loyola's had the better of chances this period. We'll see in this last 4:10 if the Titans can get some pushback, maybe get one back before intermission.
Deflected up ice by Kading, right on Rakana's net, and taking no chances is JP, who covers that one up. 4:01 to go here in the second.
I was curious if we were going to get credit for a shot on goal there. I always feel like there's some subjectivity in some of those tricklers in on net. I suppose if he wasn't there, it would have gone in, so I think that's generally my rule.
That's the simplest way to put the definition of a shot on goal. If there was no goalie, would it be a goal or not?
Empty net would have gone in. Yep.
JP Rakana has been impressive here in his 2nd consecutive start after last night. 28 saves against this high-flying Loyola team. We actually are in 1st place in terms of shots on goal per game, averaging 31.7. So he's getting tested and on pace for another 30 shots against here tonight. Here's Sokol over the line, centered at Cesario, in on net, couldn't get a shot off on his backhand. Now up to McPherson. Down to Cesario once more. Overskated the puck, and now the other way comes Dine for Loyola. And they come over the line offsides as Dine was streaking ahead of the man with the puck. And we get another whistle with Pye on the clock, 3:14.
Break is Noah Moreno, just a little bit too casual as he approached the blue line, and he just slammed his stick in the bench because he knows exactly what he did in terms of setting up his teammate to move off sides. But they still lead 3-1.
Talk about those shots on goal, Max. And there are 29 SHL games coming into this one. Loyola has hit the 30 mark as this one is deflected wide by Rakana 14 times. They've had 40 shots on goal, a total of 7 times this season.
And I hate to put you on the spot, but do you have that, how that ranks compared to other teams by chance, or just?
I do not at the moment, but we can check as we have an intermission coming up. We'll get that information for the third period. That one deflects wide.
Gotta love when you program on the fly.
Now Hoffer right in front, and a save made by Trapp. Blake bidding for his second of the night there.
Yeah, Hoffer working on space in the slot. So he just goes to the dangerous area. He's ready. He's got his stick down on the ice. We're getting another view here from the back of the goal cam. Just need to get the puck up a little bit more.
The goalie after the play threw the puck at Hoffer.
Oh.
The goalie threw the puck at Hoffer.
Got Gavin McPherson over here, probably a few Maplewoods in, giving some analysis. As he's getting ready to broadcast the JV game. Later they score! An innocent shot, but the 5-hole wide open, and GBS makes it a 1-goal game. Dylan Lytell, and it's 3-2.
Again, getting to that dangerous area right in the middle of the ice. I think he just squeezed it underneath Smith, or Trapp. That might have been through the 5-hole. Get a look at it here. Yep, just underneath the pads. One chance to finally use that ice cam.
We'll let this one go a little bit here.
See the reaction from the GBS bench. There
it is.
And back to live action.
So Dylan Lytell gets the goal there. He may not be putting up the stats in his last few games, but just something about him over the last 3-4 games. He's just looked on a different level than he has all season long. That's his 7th SHL goal of the season for the senior.
And when you talk to coaches, that's what you're looking for, right? As the season goes on, you see guys with more confidence, being more assertive, believing that they can maybe do a trickier play with handwork or stick work, and confidence to go to the right places and then get rewarded. As
like we might have a goaltending change here for Loyola.
I think Charlie Trapp has a stick issue. Maybe his stick cracked, or yeah, he's just getting a fresh stick.
Gerard, just excellent camera work here, tracking down Charlie Trapp all the way from his crease to the bench, and now back to the crease.
I had a chance to go to Carolina last week for the Hawks game in Carolina. I was talking to a team employee who said that they take every broken stick, they saw it down to just about a 3 or 4 inches, and they turn them into bottle openers, and they sell them in the gift shop every game. So every game, when there's broken sticks, there's like a rush to the gift shop. I think we should work on that for the SHL.
Sure, some of these parents who watch their kids' stick get snapped would appreciate that.
Take the $350 piece of lumber and at least turn it into a bottle opener for the bar. Or root beer, whatever it is.
As Rakana has to lay on top of that puck, and some pushing and shoving after the whistle right there in the crease.
Yeah, just an awkward bounce off the boards there, it looked like, and the puck just stuck in a kind of a dangerous area. I guess there was it takes that weird bounce off the netting, and then
the puck actually went in. If you noticed, that was well after the whistle. We'll look at that one more time. So I think Loyola fighting for a case that was not frozen.
I think that's fortunate on GBS's side there. That was a quick whistle that I don't think the puck was necessarily dead. And Scott Sorallo's letting the referee know about it. He's not happy. A break for GBS here to still be down a goal. We'll have to remember that depending on the outcome of the game.
GBS looking to tie this thing up here in these last 100 seconds of the period. Boy, would that go a long way heading into the third.
Already getting that second goal the way the period was going, Loyola really felt like they had all the momentum. Just to get one back, be down 1 right now, you got to feel good as a Titan.
This one high in the air and out to neutral ice. Luke Fagan will have to retreat. Throw it across to Aiden Weller. Now off the far boards and taken away Lochnicki, but delayed offsides. So that allows the Titans to come back the other way. Weller backhands this one deep. Picked up below the goal line. Now off the boards on a clearing attempt kept in by Weller. He gets a shot on trap, and he makes the save. Now Dine, far side ref getting in the way down there. And Bunnell will get it up to Weller once again. Tried a shot. Didn't have a lot of wood on it. Hoffer trying to slap home that rebound, but it was frozen by Charlie Trapp.
Mike groaned there as the ref kind of got in the way and took a whack from each side on the shins there. Hopefully he's got his leg padding on. This puck just kept trickling towards Trapp. Kind of awkward there. Let's see if we have a chance to take a look at it before we drop the puck. You just see it tantalizingly trickling towards Trapp.
Final 40 seconds of the period here at American Heartland Ice Arena. As two men get tripped up, there's going to be a penalty here, as it looks like it's going to go against the Ramblers on a delayed call. Weller over the line and didn't really give up possession there, but an early whistle by the official. And the Titans are heading back to the power play.
So they get 30 seconds here at the end of the period, and then they'll get fresh ice a minute and a half to start the third.
So going to the box for the Ramblers is Julian Gabal for the second time this evening. And GBS to the power play here for the fourth time tonight. 0 for 3, but they've had some really good looks. All power plays for the Glenbrook South Titans are sponsored by RSM, the power of being understood. Let's see if the Titans can get one here in the last couple of seconds. Here's Pajurski with a shot. That one stopped by Trapp. Rebound, he gets it up to Weller, who shoots. That's blocked by Dwyer. Now down to the left side circle, 15 seconds left. Center for Bunnell, gets it back to Hoffer, right in his skates. He would have had a wide open net if he was in a better position. And as the Ramblers clear, that will do it for the period. But still plenty of power play time for the Titans coming up in the third on a fresh sheet of ice.
Take a quick look at some of those last exchanges here at the end of the period. From the far circle, a lot of space there for Pajurski. Fires a shot, good save initially. And then taking a look at the second chance there on the rush. Again, that far circle with some space. Opts to go cross ice. Bunnell finds the puck, tries one more pass, but Hoffer had his stick tied up. And with that, we'll go to period break.
And we find ourselves in same situation as we did last night, with the home team leading 3-2 after 2 periods. The Titans held on to that lead last night. Tonight they'll look to come back from that. Dylan Ward and Max Anderson here at American Heartland Ice Arena. Gerard Boris, our technical engineer, and Brad Cesario on scoreboard. We'll take a timeout, mute our mics, but stay right here live. Don't go anywhere. Third period coming up in about 10 minutes time, right here on the South Hockey Network. Welcome back to the South Hockey Network, everybody. It is time for the third period of play between Glenbrook South and Loyola. Dylan Ward and Max Anderson here with you in the booth. Gerard Boris is always our technical engineer, and Brad Cesario, your chief scoreboard operator. Max, we've seen an exciting game. It's been pretty close throughout, but teams have had hot stretches here and there. I would say Loyola probably more in control in that second period, GBS more in control in the first, and we've got ourselves a 3-2 game in favor of the Ramblers with 17 minutes to go. Yeah,
it felt like a really even first period. Loyola really controlled the first, well, let's call it 13, 14 minutes. I thought of the second period, but a huge moment really in the last 5 minutes of that period. Get the second goal, and then now starting this third period with a power play. That pendulum has swung back the GBS way. They're in prime position. Obviously down a goal here on the power play to try to tie it up. So, you know, it's a game of momentum and of sequences, and right now this is a GBS sequence for sure.
There's that number 78, so it looks like during that intermission, JP Rakana able to acquire his jersey. Not sure exactly how, but now we won't be confused up here in the booth.
And now Preston gets Rakana's used jersey. I'm sure that's a lovely set going on over there.
All right, 17 fresh minutes. Don't forget, still a minute 30 to go on this Titan power play as they win the faceoff to get this period started here at American Heartland Ice Arena. Final regulation period of the regular season for both of these teams here in the Scholastic Hockey League. It's amazing how fast the season flies by each and every year.
Feels like we were just at the barn doing the kickoff show in October.
And I was watching from home with COVID.
That's right, you weren't able to make it.
Yeah. Here's Mulvey. GBS 0 for 3 on the power play, but they have had some good puck movement in a couple of their looks, but tough start here to the third, and with Daverman crashing the net, JP Rakana taking no risk there, covering up the puck, and the Titans, while on the power play, will have a face-off in their own zone.
Bit of a heady play there by Daverman by forcing Rakana to freeze the puck, forces the defensive zone draw on the power play for GBS. Rakana, I'm sure, was trying to play the puck there to keep it moving up a man. Hopefully a quick draw win here for the Titans.
Looked like they had won it, but they give it up right away. Jonah Weiss now to Adam Sokol. They get it back. Sokol over the line down the left wing side. Up on the end board, Cesario takes it. Goes back to Sokol with it. Adam Sokol. Now Jonah Weiss. Behind the goal line, Cesario. Back down low for Weiss. Here's Will Fagan, left point. Goes down to Sokol. Now across, Luke Fagan with a shot. Save made by Trapp as he hangs on. 15 to go on the power play for South.
Yeah, good cycle here on the power play for GBS. Good movement of the puck. Got the puck across. The shot ends up coming from that top of that far circle. Gets it settled, finds its way through some traffic. Trapp able to squeeze it. Now 15 left to go on the power play.
Drop of the puck, Loyola wins it and clears it all the way down. And that will finish just about the Titans' power play here. So they're going to go 0 for 4. Again, they come into this game with an 8-game power play goal scoring streak, as this one is sent into the zone off the glass. Now behind the net, it's Klein. Taking his time, waiting for pressure to approach him. And now he'll bring it out. Here's Blazejowski over the line. Keeps the puck and gets a shot off. Rakana makes the save on that one.
Hits Rakana right in the logo. Weaving through traffic. Blazejowski. You see Rakana way out on top of his crease there. In good position.
Doing a little scoreboard watching here in the SHL on the final day of the regular season. 2 more games. New Trier currently up 2-1 over St. Ignatius. And down at Mount Prospect, Carmel Catholic with a 2-1 lead over St. Viator. We remind you, if the Titans are able to get 2 points here, they will clinch the 5 seed. They're either going to be 5 or 6. But if the Titans do not come away with the victory, the only way they would get the 6th seed is if St. Viator outperforms them in terms of standings points. Here comes Blake Hoffer already with a goal tonight. Tries for another one, but the long-range shot goes off the pad. Now flipped out of the zone by Kading. McPherson back to retrieve it and go to Ryan Mulvey with it. Cole McPherson. Mulvey tips it ahead looking for Bunnell, but intercepted by McCauley. Pardon me, that's Donato. Down the left wing side. McPherson and him battling down in that corner. McPherson will send it to the near side for Ryan Mulvey. Now here's Hoffer looking for a pass. Wanted Higgins with it, but that didn't connect. Hoffer gets it back. Blake Hoffer turns on the speed, enters the zone, tried to get around Donato. He could not, as I think he wanted to get that one over to Higgins. So, by the way, now you have Higgins on this line with Hoffer and Pajurski filling in for Stevens. We saw Bunnell in the first 2 periods. Here's Will Fagan letting one go, and that missed the net. Titans a goal away from tying this up, as Klein blew a tire there, but able to get that one to the far side for Thomas.
Talk about the line shuffling, like I said, back in the 2nd period. I think it's Jimmy Philbin taking an opportunity to see some different looks on that top line.
Remember, I did a St. Ignatius game on the SHL network earlier this season, and with a couple guys out, I was talking to Spence Montgomery, and he said the lines tonight are just going to be a lot of jambalaya, and I really like that. I use it a lot now, so that's what the Titans are dealing with today, with 2 players out, actually 3 if you count Asher Vanderploeg. It's been tough for Jim Philbin to adjust for his defense with Vanderploeg out long term. Only 6 defensemen listed on the roster, including potential call-ups from Varsity 2. So he's been rolling 5 D-men all season long. And of course, the odd number, you're not able to get that chemistry of keeping 2 defensemen on the same defensive pairing. So lots of jambalaya when it comes to the defensemen.
It'll be interesting, too, because that kind of thing's a little bit more common as you get to playoff hockey, right? You've got a little bit shorter bench. Might play your bottom line guys a few less times. I wonder if that ends up being to the advantage of GBS, because they'll end up playing with 5, but some teams reduce it all the way down to 4 on the back end at times.
GBS and Loyola finishing up their home and away college hockey style series here this weekend, and could be a few more against one another next week. As Will Fagan's shot, it's deflected off a leg. Now back up high, Weller with a shot. That one stopped by Trapp, rebound Sokol. Another save made by Trapp. Will Fagan slides it across to Weller. He has a shot, that one wide. Rebound comes up to the left point for Will Fagan once again. Now Cesario chips it to Sokol. Adam Sokol back down to Weiss. Tried to center it for Cesario right in the blue paint, but he couldn't get it to him. And this will be cleared all the way down for an icing against the Ramblers.
Really good push over the last couple of minutes from GBS. A couple of good chances there. You saw Trapp have to come up with 2 crucial saves. Keep us where we're at.
11:30 to go here in period number 3. Face off of the left wing circle, first line out. Now you do see Bunnell back on this line. It's almost like Philbin is double shifting Hoffer and Pajurski and cycling Bunnell and Higgins on this first line, at least to start this period. 11:26 to go in the 3rd. Another face off, same dot. Dylan Ward, Max Anderson with you at American Heartland Ice Arena. And yes, indeed, the SHL Network's very own Max Anderson. I'm sure you'll be calling games for both of these teams as the playoffs roll along.
I could certainly see that scenario with these teams. I think have certainly a setup that could see themselves in a Final Four scenario in state and making a run in the SHL playoffs as well. Obviously, GBS able to beat anyone in this league, as is Loyola. Really is impressive just any given night in this league. In a 3-game series, it tends to get more consistent results, but in state playoffs, man, anything can happen. This is as wide open as I've felt. Obviously, New Trier's #1 and well-deserved, but we've seen them really able to be vulnerable at times as well. I don't know if you've spent any time breaking down the bracket in terms of state playoffs and if that conversation's happened on the network, but I think GBS has a decent path on that quadrant.
Yeah, they'll have to play the winner of a play-in between Marist and Neuqua Valley. Then if they go on to win that, they'll play the Lake Forest Scouts, who actually took 2 out of 3 against the Titans this season in the SHL. That is also if the Lake Forest Scouts beat Loyola Maroon, who we just saw right before this.
Impressive win against GBS Varsity 2.
Yeah, we had the triple header at Glenview Ice Center last night. All 3 teams in action against Loyola, and now we shift things over to their place, and another triple header here at Heartland. JV coming up after this game. That game will be right here on the network. You'll have Mitch Adams and Gavin McPherson on that one.
Love the way this network's really embraced the whole GBS community. Some folks stepping in to do some play-by-play. I will say, hockey's the one thing no one ever says, I think I could do that easily.
Yeah, right.
Oh,
here's Weiss with a chance, and he couldn't deliver. Not sure if that missed the net or if Trapp got a piece of it. It was so bang, bang. We'll have to take a look at the replay at our next whistle, which is right now.
Puck comes off the corner, just on net. I'm not sure, Trapp just wasn't really expecting the puck to come in on him and really set up. I believe that was Jonah Weiss just waiting for it in the slot. Weiss is going to want that chance back.
Did miss the net. No save necessary for Trapp.
And now an injury I hadn't noticed here down in the corner. That is, can't quite tell, but he's kind of rocking in pain. Is that Matt Klein or Peter Lechnicki?
It's like a 7 on there, 71, and that would be Lechnicki.
Looks like he's rolling around in some pain.
Scott Serrallo, as well as the trainer down there to check on him, and that's Loyola's leading point producer.
That's Peter Lechnicki.
It's one of those things where it's not like you'd wish it upon anyone else, but
let's take a look at the replay.
Loyola,
if we could see what happened to Lechnicki.
It's tied up. Oh, just gets kind of twisted around. I don't know if something happened after that view.
Maybe we could see it on the edge of the goal cam. Doesn't look like it.
Hopefully he's all right. He is a critical piece to Loyola's side as they enter playoff hockey.
Yeah, it's one of those things where, like, you wouldn't wish it on anyone else, but if you're Loyola, that's your leading point producer. It's a tough blow. Good news for the Ramblers is he was able to skate to the bench, laboring a little bit, but without needing help. And he'll stay in the game. We'll see if he gets any more ice time here.
Yeah, we'll see how conservative or aggressive Scott Serrallo opts here as Loyola is locked into their 3 seed.
Well, not yet. If they lose this game,
excuse me, you're correct.
St. Ignatius might get that. Here's a shot. That one deflects wide. And GBS picks it back up. Goes up high. McPherson with a shot. In and out of the glove of Trapp now. In the slot, or the crease, I should say. Some scrambling, and Adam Sokol's shot just went wide. Now McPherson from up high. His shot blocked by Gabal. Steal by Weiss. He's in on net, takes a shot, draws a penalty. And the save made by Trapp. But an effective shot on goal for the Titans as they're headed to their 5th power play of the evening.
There's a lot happening there in that last sequence. The first chance right out in front off the shot. Gets all the way through. Trapp not able to secure it cleanly. Sliding back and forth, and the shot going just wide. The second opportunity that led to the penalty.
It's going to be number 15 getting the call, LaRue.
Weiss able to win it again. Not quite sure what I saw there. I didn't see the signal either. I'm going to run that one more time to see what they may have called there. Slash, maybe?
Yep, slash.
Yep, okay.
So once again, the Titans are on the power play, which is sponsored by RSM here on the South Hockey Network. The power of being understood. They are 0 for 4, but they've got a power play goal in each of their last 8 games. This would be a key moment if the Titans are able to tie things up here. Here's Mulvey with a shot. That one tipped and goes wide of the net. Blake Hoffer right there, just ahead of the blue paint. Now over to Mulvey, left point. Plays it off the boards and down to Hoffer. Blake Hoffer sent it up high. Ryan Mulvey plays it back to Weller and out for Loyola. Daverman looking for a breakaway, couldn't find it.
Ryan Mulvey just enough there to get back, make sure they don't give up a breakaway.
Bunnell with a shot and a save made by Trapp. Evan Bunnell looking for his third power play goal of the season.
And take a look at the first chance here on the power play. Comes from that point. Again, shot with a ton of traffic in front. I think it's partially deflected. See if we can sneak in one more before puck drop here. Off this second chance from Bunnell. We'll go back to live action.
1:15 to go in the power play. GBS looking to tie the game up. Loyola takes it, but can't clear it out. Aiden Weller at the right point, goes across Mulvey. Back to Weller. He takes a shot blocked in close by Dwyer, who deflects it up and out of play for another whistle. 1 flat to go on the power play.
During the intermission, the conversation among the broadcast crew was about the control that we have here on the broadcast look at replays, and it was Gerard that's teasing me that apparently telestration may be in the not too distant future as part of some of the graphics ideas. Stay tuned.
There's a shot by Mulvey, that one blocked by Jones, and you know he's in close cahoots with Jimmy the Wiz. So we might see that on SHL Network, and state playoffs coming up. That would be a really cool, fun feature to play around with.
I know, to not get too technically wonky, but the SHL Network uses something called vMix, and they've just released a beta version of telestration. Not quite ready for prime time, says Jimmy the Wiz, so we're keeping a close eye.
Another whistle, that time I believe offsides. And power play unit number 1 comes back on the ice for the Titans. Face-off taken by Glenbrook South. 7.5 minutes to go in regulation time. Here comes Blake Hoffer over the line, takes a shot. That one stopped by Trapp. Rebound to the near side, now up to Will Fagan, left point. Around Blazejowski, now to Pajurski. Over to Luke Fagan. Tries a shot, that one blocked by Dine right in close. And the Ramblers lifted up and out of play, or out of the zone.
They'll do it for the power play. Another good power play, lots of chances. Power plays look pretty good, not successful tonight, but hasn't been for a lack of effort or execution. Puck hasn't found the back of the net.
Second best power play in the SHL with the hot stretch as of late. But 0 for 5 here tonight in Lincolnwood. Will Fagan out to the neutral zone, settling it down, Anthony Donato. As that puck almost goes into the bench, but stays clear. Delayed offsides as it does touch Lochnicki's skate, so they will blow the whistle with 6:30 to go.
Shot advantage really starting to stretch out for GBS. Certainly, I think since about the 4-minute mark of the second period had the better of action in terms of chances, in terms of possession and control of play. We'll see if that can translate to a game tire.
McCauley intercepted by Lytell. Now Boris will get it down into the zone. Anamoni far side, and now the Ramblers will come out with it. Here's Peter Lochnicki, their leading scorer. Knocked off his stick by Dylan Lytell. Now back for Anamoni. Sending it into the zone down the left wing side behind Rakana's net. Ryan Mulvey plays it around the boards and out. And this one will be an icing this time against Glenbrook South. So they'll take a D-zone face-off here with just under 6 to go.
Just to reset, Dylan, if I remember correctly, because I know you're on top of this, if GBS finds a way to get 2 points here, they would lock in the 5 seed.
Yep, regardless of the other outcome.
If they get no points here, and St. Viator loses.
Right.
In regulation.
In regulation. So GBS and Viator were tied coming into this last day. So,
but it is GBS that has the tiebreaker over St. Viator.
Basically, if Viator gets more points tonight than GBS, they're the 5 seed. If not, GBS is.
Got it. That's the stakes here with 5:38 to go.
Cesario through the legs of Gabal. Nice play as he comes over the line, drops it off for Weiss. Weiss over to Mulvey. Ryan Mulvey slap shot towards the net, but missed. By the way, your shots on goal here in period number 3 listed as 14-1 in favor of Glenbrook South.
Yeah, that tracks with how this game's gone. Certainly in the third period, Loyola's kind of shifted to a hang-on mode, which we'll see if that's able to catch up to them with a game tire here late.
Will Fagan back down below the goal line. Thomas takes it away, goes to Blazejowski, centered at Dwyer. Tried to put it on net, but missed the cage. Now again, a scramble in the blue paint. There's a shot saved by Rakana. Rebound, grab by Cesario, and he clears it all the way down for an icing.
A lot of traffic in front. It was one shot that got through that Rakana had to make a key save on. It's going to be...
Yes.
And you see the save getting made, excuse me, by Rakana. Test that bad boy out that Gerard just let us know about.
Yeah, when we get an empty net situation.
We'll bring that your way.
Face off at the circle to JP's left. Here's a shot off the draw. That one stopped. So right as I talked about 14-1 shots, there's 2 for Loyola.
It's got to be some form of the announcer's jinx.
Yep. Always comes into play. Now McPherson kicks it up to Hoffer, trying to get it out. Titans are trying to finish out their regular season on a stretch of 7-1-2 here in the month of January and the early parts of February.
Trying to move quickly here.
Pajurski over the line on a pass from Hoffer. Benji Pajurski currently on a 7-game point streak with the assist earlier today. Here's McPherson with a shot. That one bouncing and just goes wide. Rebound Bunnell. Down below the line, centered it. Here's a backhand chance and a save made. Rebound, they score! And it's a good goal! We are tied up 3-3 with 3:47 to go in the third. Trapp thought he had it, but Benji Pajurski able to get it over the line.
I thought he did as well. I thought he was able to keep it out. You see the scramble in front of the net. Thought he was able to, not sure who ended up poking it in because it went in with some force. Didn't just trickle in.
Pajurski was the line leader at the bench.
From the goal. Still don't know how that quite got in. And my new favorite view here, we got the bench cam look for the game tire.
Nice.
And even some confusion as they thought it was done. Unfortunate break. Here we're back to all square with 3:47 to go.
What a game we've had here at American Heartland Ice Arena. What a back-to-back series here this weekend between the Titans and Ramblers. Last night's game, a 4-3 final score. And this one looking like it might have the same final score. A lot of hockey to be played here in regulation time. Weiss trying to get this one out to the neutral zone as Adam Sokol over the line, flips it deep. Cesario down in that left side corner. Titans trying to be the number 5 seed in the SHL, which would one-up their A-high seed of number 6. McCauley getting into it down there with Mulvey. Now LaRue to the net, saved by Rakana. Rebound, they score! And it didn't take long for Loyola to answer. Maxim Kading takes the lead right back for the Ramblers with under 3 to go.
Yeah, the shot from the point, the initial save by Rakana, just not able to take out the garbage left over. Lechnicki, excuse me, that's not Lechnicki. That is Max Kading. Try that one. Take a good look at here from the goal cam. See the good initial save through traffic from Rakana. And it was Kading that just had too much space in front of the crease. Even whiffed his initial attempt there. Was able to recover. That's one you'll go to school on in film.
So we're right back to where we were just a minute ago. Loyola by 1. Now here come the Titans again. Pajurski trying to get that one over to Bunnell. He couldn't on 2 looks with the backhand pass. Now Evan Bunnell goes up high with it. McPherson with a shot. That one blocked. Rebound comes up high, stays in the zone. But then Gabal, a nice move between his own legs. And he'll dump this one down on Rakana's net. He'll hang on as Gabal was crashing the cage. 2:30 to go in the third, and we're starting to get into that empty net and timeout territory, but with a D-zone face-off, the Titans will definitely want to wait to get it up ice. So we'll have the shot of JP Rakana down in that bottom left corner or bottom right corner for you. And we'll see if the Titans go for the empty net sooner than later. We're down to 2.5 to go here. Loyola wins the face-off. Daverman with a shot saved by Rakana. Rebound behind the net. Daverman gets it back. Comes way up high with it. Sends it down low. Loyola looks like they're just trying to kill some time here. Ryan Mulvey will take it. Cesario trying to tip it out. He did, but dumped right back in by the Ramblers. 2-minute warning here in Lincolnwood. Cesario backhands this one deep. Looks like the Titans want to get their #1 unit out there before the empty net. Now we have a hit right by the Titan bench that drew some attention, and we do have a penalty upcoming. Titans, if they're smart, will just get rid of this because we're under 2 minutes to go. Here's a shot by Sokol. Now Hoffer with a chance. That one blocked. Rebound goes to the far side. Pajerski keeps play alive for the Titans. Benji Pajerski takes a shot. That one blocked by Blazejowski. And the Titans can really get some extra time here on the 6-on-4 if they just give this up right now.
Yeah, I'm with you, Dylan. I'm really surprised they haven't given it up at this point.
Now up ahead to Pajerski, and finally touched by Blazejowski, and the clock stops with 1:14 to go in the third. And for the 6th time of the game, the Titans have themselves a man advantage.
It came right in front of the benches here. I don't know if it's going to be boarding or cross check. We'll take a look at it. Hit from behind. Take your pick.
So now the empty net down to our right. And another power play for the Titans. All power plays on the South Hockey Network are sponsored by Hannah Vanderploeg Trial Attorneys. And a 6-on-4. And we remind you, the Titans 8 consecutive games with a power play goal. Now would be a huge time.
The one item you do have to remember now, though, is that Loyola can ice the puck without penalty, of course, on the penalty kill. So there's just a tiny bit of extra advantage for Loyola. And one more thing GBS has to work through.
Also, no timeout here from Jim Philbin. At least not yet. Titans win the face-off cleanly. 6-on-4 with the empty net. Ryan Mulvey's shot goes wide. Aiden Weller back up high, throws one towards the net. Trickles wide. Now Pajerski up to Mulvey left point, down to Benji Pajerski left circle. Pajerski, backhand flip down low, under a minute to play here, and it's forced out by the Ramblers. Evan Bonnell will lead the rush back into the attacking zone. He'll play it off the far boards and down. Donato takes it, tries to clear it, cannot get it past, and now they will force it out. 35 to play. Here's Blake Hoffer. Through neutral ice, gets tripped up, and it's a penalty. Absolutely. And they have not stopped the clock. They didn't stop the clock for about 2 seconds after the whistle had sounded, but the Titans are gonna have themselves a 6-on-3 situation to try and tie this game up.
We'll take a look at this as Scott Torello was pretty unhappy about it. Looked pretty textbook to me. Boy, and not a, oh, let's see if we can look at that one more time.
The only argument would be that it was a dive, but I didn't think it was.
No, that looks like a good trip to me. And now Jimmy Philbin will take that time out here with 27.8 to go. And
paid off to wait.
6-on-3. How many times did he call that? I can't even think of one off the top of my head.
It'll go down in the book as GBS's 7th power play opportunity. And 2-man advantage up there on your screen next to the clock, but it is really a 3-man advantage with the empty net. And you know, they're drawing up a play right now at the bench, and they have a pretty clear idea of exactly how they hope this next 27 seconds goes down.
And to your point, Dylan, I thought it should have been a few more seconds than that, something closer to the 30-second mark. But that's part of the thing you battle through on the road. Maybe not always the most clock advantage.
And now we're might be looking ahead a little bit, Max, but if the Titans do find a game-tying goal, that would mean that they'd have a power play in OT as well.
Yeah, it's something, again, corked to a 6-on-3, and then, of course, the 3-on-3 overtime becomes a 4-on-3. It's a lot of dynamics at play here. Seeding, important seeding for SHL playoffs.
If Loyola wins, they are the 3 seed as well. So it's not just that this game matters for GBS, it matters for both parties here on the final day for both of these teams and for the entire league of the regular season. All right, here we go. 27.8 on the clock. Titans down by 1. 6 skaters to the Ramblers 3.
Benji Pajurski going to take the draw. Hoffer lurking in the slot.
They win it cleanly. Weller goes over to Mulvey. Ryan Mulvey back to Weller. Titans can take their time with some open ice. Here's Mulvey with a shot, save, rebound. They score! Adam Sokol ties the game. 19.5 on the clock. It's all even here in Lincolnwood. 4 apiece.
Unbelievably well executed off the draw. They get the win. The one-timer from Mulvey. Hoffer gets the initial shot on goal. I think it was Pajurski or Sokol, in fact, that gets the winner. We'll get the look from behind here. Trapp makes the initial save. Puck loose, does bounce.
Wow.
And finished. And we're going to get a look at a exuberant Glenbrook South bench here. You'll see the reaction to the shot and then the finish. And now, can GBS find a way to win it here in regulation even?
Still on the power play. Here comes Hoffer. Runs into a man. No penalty called this time. 5 seconds left. Plays Jowski into the zone. And why not on game number 30, some extra hockey?
Ooh, almost one last chance there for Loyola. But regardless, we'll head to overtime in a serious seeding scenario. I thought there might have been another chance for another penalty to be called. None to be had. It'll be 4-on-3 to start this overtime for a minute and 33.
Yeah, minute 33 of power play time for the Titans upcoming. 5 minutes of 3-on-3 overtime. Well, really 4-on-3 to start. As Loyola and GBS both acquire 1 point in the standings, we'll play for the second one. It's been a tough go in the regular season for the Titans when it comes to games decided beyond regulation. 0-5, that's 0-3 in the overtime, 0-2 in the shootout. As for Loyola, 1-1 in overtime, but they bring games to a shootout quite often, a 3-2 record in the breakaway competition. So 5 fresh minutes are on the clock and the teams will switch sides once again. GBS does indeed make it 9 straight games without a regulation loss as they'll look to put the cherry on top and call it a win.
Yeah, just an incredibly gutty effort from this GBS side tonight. Down 3-1, fought back 3-2, 3-3. Loyola scored just about a minute later, and then again getting the game tire in 6-on-3. And now a chance to lock up a 5 seed.
So in this 4-on-3 power play in overtime, Jim Philbin will start Benji Pajurski and Blake Hoffer as the forwards Ryan Mulvey and Aiden Weller on D. And Ryan Mulvey is the owner of the only game-winning goal in overtime in or out of the SHL this season for the Titans. That came in the Loyola O'Grady Cup as they won in overtime against Oak Park River Forest. Here we go.
And a reminder, in this type of overtime, possession is everything. That's going to be paramount. You'll see guys be more conservative around their own blue lines just to keep possession.
Here's Pajurski over the line. Down the right wing side, circles behind the net, goes up to Ryan Mulvey with it. Lots of open ice out there. Pajurski slides it over Weller, too hot to handle. Weller gets to it, over to Mulvey. Now down to Pajurski with a shot, looking for a tip by Hoffer, didn't get it, the save was made. Weller now shoots that one just high of the net. Ryan Mulvey keeps it in the zone. Now Weller tries to go over to Pajurski. He cannot cleanly. Klein battling Weller here on the near side boards, and he'll be able to backhand this one out. Gabal looking to win the race to the puck, but Ryan Mulvey will get there first. And the Titans keep possession here with still 40 seconds left on their power play. Blake Hoffer through neutral ice, comes over the line right wing side. Hoffer behind the net. Looks for an option, goes up to Ryan Mulvey. Mulvey down to Pajurski. Up to Ryan Mulvey, he shoots, that one blocked. Weller gets it back over to Mulvey, again a shot, that got blocked as well. Now the Ramblers backhand this one out. Titans change a couple.
Klein wasn't able to get that deep. Oh, not able to take advantage.
And that's cleared back down to the Titan zone. 5 seconds left in their power play. And we'll have 4-on-4 hockey till the next whistle. Here comes Hoffer over the line. Left wing side. Hoffer behind the net. Up to Aiden Weller. Tried a shot that got blocked by Klein. And now McCauley over to Klein. Matt Klein will send that one back to Antimoni. And you could see why so many Loyola games go to a shootout. They're a little bit conservative here in terms of their overtime play. Again, we do have 4-on-4 hockey because there has not been a whistle since the end of the penalty. Loyola over the line, right wing side, Tyler LaRue. Sends it back out to Antimoni. And you can really see why a lot of games go to a shootout here. Antimoni, who's got a goal tonight, dumps this one in. Goes back down below the goal line. Aiden Weller plays it out to the neutral zone, and Tyler LaRue has to chase back after it. Titans make a change. Everyone except Will Fagan. Now Blaze Jowski over the line, left wing side. Blake Hoffer takes it away from him. We're suddenly already down to 2:13 to go in the fourth period. Pajerski to Hoffer. Here he comes turning on the Jets, gets it to Benji Pajerski. Pajerski puts on the brakes, centers it Hoffer. Blake Hoffer behind the net. Backhand pass up to the point. Will Fagan, top of the circle, takes a shot. That one wide. Rebound comes all the way outside the zone. Haven't had a whistle yet all overtime, as we're down to 1:45 to go. Pajerski with a pass, didn't have a lot on it, but it did get to its intended target of Hoffer. Now Hoffer comes across, right wing side, sends it back up high to Mulvey. Over to Will Fagan. Fagan leaves it for Pajerski. Benji Pajerski up to Ryan Mulvey. Backhands one down low. Blake Hoffer couldn't get it cleanly. As he gets taken down, Pajerski gets the rebound. Pajerski off the boards and up to Ryan Mulvey, who does keep it in the zone. Now Pajerski sets up Will Fagan. He tries a shot. Save made by Trapp. Tried to cover it up. He could not. Now Pajerski, tough angle, gets a shot on Trapp, and another save by the Loyola netminder. Now Pearson Daverman gets around Will Fagan, catches up to the puck, in on net. Backhand shot. Big save made by J.P. Rakana, keeping the game alive. 50 seconds left in OT. Still 4-on-4 without a whistle.
It's the reason they call it NASCAR on skates.
Yeah, tell me about it. Even with the 4-on-4, feels like that 3-on-3 back and forth high drama situation. Now Lochnicki for the Ramblers. Adam Sokol pressuring him. Sokol just tied this thing up with 19 seconds, but it does get taken away by Loyola. Here comes their captain, Matt Klein, over the line down the left wing side, being pressured. Only 16 seconds to play in OT. Lochnicki, Adam Sokol now recovers, and the Titans might have time for one more rush up ice. Here's Weller. Got it to Bonnell. Evan Bonnell gets knocked off the puck by Donato. Connor McCauley hangs on to it. And we play 5 minutes straight without a whistle here in overtime, and we're going to a shootout.
And we had a great save to keep GBS in this game. I'm getting a look here. Oh, and our battery is expired on that left goal, unfortunately, so you won't see it from the goal cam angle, but I can tell you it was a great save.
It's unfortunate because that's where GBS will shoot here in the shootout.
In fact,
oh, that's a good point, Max. Move the bench camera so it faces over there. I like that idea, thinking on the fly. So, of course, here in the SHL, only one shot each, sudden death style shootout. And the Titans will go first after Loyola defers as the home team. And it'll be the SHL's leading scorer, Blake Hoffer, against Charlie Trapp. Blake Hoffer already with a goal tonight as he gets the look at the shootout.
programming on the fly here, folks.
Smart pickup there by you, Max.
So that's going to be, show you our second look of it. Touch screen, not. There we go.
And we'll go to Maine.
Here comes Blake Hoffer, top of the first. In on net, shoots in, the save made by Trapp. He celebrates afterwards, and now Loyola with a chance to win.
Take a look at the replay. Hoffer skates wide left, tries to beat him stick side.
Now it's Pearson Daverman for the Ramblers. A save needed here for the Titans to extend the game. Daverman could not beat Rakana. And we're going to round 2.
I think drew some iron there as well.
Yeah, sometimes this thing glitches out, especially at the end of a game.
Yeah, and I've clicked a lot of replays, so I apologize.
All right, Benji Pajurski up next for Jim Philbin. Had his 100th career varsity point earlier tonight, but cannot beat Trapp here in the shootout. And once again, a chance for Loyola to win.
Yeah, your replays are going to have to be a rewind on YouTube here. Hit the max number of replays that we're able to get out of the broadcast, as we had a full 3 periods, 5 minutes of overtime, and out of the shootout.
So it's defenseman Mac Klein, the captain of this Rambler team. In on Rakana, and the save made by Rakana. To the 3rd round we go here in Lincolnwood.
Not a whole lot to Matt Klein's move there. Rakana didn't commit one way or the other. Klein tried to sneak him by him. Stick side, Rakana stayed strong.
So Evan Bonnell gets the nod here for the Titans to try and give Glenbrook South the advantage. Top of the 3rd round. Here comes Evan Bonnell. In on net, takes a shot, and it would not beat Trapp. He absorbed it.
So close to beating him 5-hole there. Inches away. Trapp gets just enough.
So it'll be Peter Lochnicki, who we saw go down with a potential injury, but comes out here to take a shootout attempt for Scott Serralo. 3rd chance to win the game for the Ramblers. Lochnicki against Rakana. He comes down the left wing side, shoots, and another save made by JP Rakana. And we're gonna need at least 4 rounds here at Heartland.
Thomas Preston, the starter all season. Rakana only getting a couple of starts, but what a show here in the shootout. Keeping his team alive, trying to get the win here on the last day of the regular season.
So now it's the captain defenseman for the Titans, Ryan Mulvey. Another chance to give GBS the lead, as we have not seen a goal yet here in the shootout. Ryan Mulvey takes a shot, and another save made by Trapp. And a 4th opportunity for Loyola. They'll send out Maxim Kading, who scored the go-ahead goal at the time to make it 4-3. Here he comes. Kading over the blue line. Takes a shot, and another save made by Rakana. We'll need 5 rounds here in this one.
Take a look at this one from behind. Rakana again coming out well on top of his crease. Comes up with the save once more.
Jonah Weiss, only 2 goals in the SHL season, but had a pretty good game here tonight. Gets the nod for attempt number 5. Jonah Weiss unable to beat Trapp, and Charlie Trapp a perfect 5 for 5 here in the shootout.
Another look at it. It's Weiss. Looks like tried to squeak it between the blocker and the pad.
Here's Anthony Donato for a chance to win the game. He scored only 19 seconds into this one. Donato unable to beat JP Rakana. And how about Rakana and Trapp, a combined 10 for 10 in the shootout, and none of those shots missed. They were all saves.
It's the longest shootout I've been a part of in the SHL.
I think me too. And it'll be defenseman Will Fagan for the Titans now in round number 6. Still 0-0. Will Fagan lost the puck, could not get a shot off on Charlie Trapp. And Loyola for the 6th time, a chance to win, and it is younger brother of the former Titan, Connor McCauley.
How about that for a storyline?
Watched his older brother play last season against this same blue and gold sweater he's up against now. And also wears the same number 24 on his back. Connor McCauley, a chance to win it. A slow approach in the slot, takes a shot, and another save by Rakana. And it's lucky round number 7. Jonathan Cesario over the bench, of course. Get to see some of these guys who don't take a lot of shootouts, but we did see Cesario have a penalty shot earlier this month, or I guess last month, January, and he was unable to score. Here comes the senior Cesario. Another slow approach, takes a shot, and a save made by Trapp. Still no puck over the goal line here in this shootout as Loyola gets ready for the bottom of the 7th. Giovanni Anamoni.
Seen both these sides starting to run out of moves.
Yeah.
Trapp and Rakana just stone walls through 7 and 6.5 rounds.
Anamoni, who's scored a goal in this one already. In on Rakana, lots of fakes, and he scores. He had the goaltender down. And Loyola takes it 5-4 in a shootout here in the 7th round. And they have clinched themselves the number 3 seed in the SHL. And JP Rakana, you want to talk about a storyline. Thomas Preston, the freshman, started most games all season for the Titans. JP gets the nod last night against the Ramblers, comes away with the victory, and goes 6 for 6 in the shootout before allowing the game winner. And a gutsy effort here by both teams. And the Titans come away with 1 point, but not 2.
Yeah, it really was. Multiple times trailing at one point by 2 goals, came back, tied it, forced overtime. At least get the point. We'll do some scoreboard watching now as Dylan pulls that up as I talk, but really good regular season for this GBS side. You weren't totally sure what this team was going to be. It was going to be a freshman goalie in net, obviously losing, Hockey Hall of Fame at some point, Zach Freemuth off of this year's team from last year, and to end up a 5 or 6 seed right in the mix for a state championship. Another successful season. The Philbin duo continue. Great tradition here at GBS, and that concludes the regular season, and all eyes turn to playoffs.
So with that, Loyola becomes the 3 seed. That's locked in. And also, St. Ignatius locks themselves in as the 4 seed, right? So GBS with the 1 point, now 1 point ahead of St. Viator, and they're currently up 3-2 in Mount Prospect against Carmel Catholic towards the end of the 2nd period. So if you're going to go ahead and keep track of that score, all you need to know is this. If St. Viator loses in regulation, the Titans will be playing Loyola Gold. If St. Viator gets at least 1 point, the Titans will be playing St. Ignatius. Or wait a minute, I might have that the wrong way. If St. Viator loses in regulation, then
GBS is the 5 seed.
GBS is, well, yes.
If they tie, if they go to overtime but lose,
right,
GBS would still be the 5 seed. Because each team got a point.
Right. So the only way GBS would fall into the 6th seed is if St. Viator wins in any fashion.
There's been an extended conversation. I mean, I know we're ready to wrap the broadcast. There's definitely some emotion. I'm not sure why Loyola won the game, but it's been an extended conversation with Scott Serralo. Anyway, I'll let you wrap the broadcast.
Yeah, Gerard's got a close-up of that on his camera, but that is going to do it for us here at American Heartland Ice Arena. Boy, was it a fun game, and the Titans, a gutsy performance to tie it up late and ultimately lose in a 7-round shootout to Loyola, who takes the season series from them 2-1. Our entire crew here at Heartland, Brad Cesario on scoreboard as always, Gerard Boris, your technical engineer. My name's Dylan Ward alongside Max Anderson saying thank you for tuning in all regular season long. The Titans do not know when their next game will be played, but it will likely be next week. Make sure you stay tuned on GBS Hockey on all social media platforms, Facebook, Instagram, all of that, for the latest information as to who the Titans will play. And again, they don't know when their game will be, but in the next hour, they will know who they will be playing in the SHL quarterfinals. So with that, 30 games out of 30 here in the SHL regular season, and the playoffs right around the corner. Don't miss it right here on the South Hockey Network. We'll see you then.